Hi, I'm Mike with Motorrad Audio, and this video is going to cover what comes in our Garmin installation kit for the R18B and R18B Transcontinental. So this applies to the Garmin Zumo XT, XT2, XT3, assuming you already have the Garmin. If you need one with the Garmin, we certainly supply this as a complete kit that's already pre-wired and ready to go for the people that are in North America. If you already have a Garmin or you're international where it makes more sense to buy a local Garmin that has the correct maps on it, then these are going to be the parts needed to install the one that you have yourself. So first we'll have the mount itself and one of the template pieces for the bottom of it that you'll see in the installation. You'll have the actual plate that the Garmin mount goes to and then locks into this. You'll have a template for those of you that do not have the satellite radio prep on it. This will give you the template to make the holes in the correct places to do the installation. And then you'll have a bag of miscellaneous parts involved in the installation. So those parts are going to be two plugs that make the T-harness that you'll see in there. So you'll take your existing Garmin mount that you already have and just connect your two reds together to the red on this and the two blacks to the black on that, effectively creating a T-harness that you can plug in, as you'll see in the video. We'll have the screws that are needed for mounting the Garmin to this, some heat shrink butt connectors for making those connections, or some heat shrink if you choose to solder. Um, there are some accessories that are available in the drop-down menus on the screen. So those are going to be the moto pump security lock. So what that is a plate that goes behind the Garmin OEM mount. So this piece here, this will tuck in behind it and screw to this plate to where you cannot activate the push button here to remove the Garmin. So it secures it on the bike permanently, but shouldn't say permanently. There is a security or a couple security screwdrivers that will remove that pin so you can remove the unit. So if you want to be able to lock it on the bike better, this is a great option. If you're going to remove it all the time anyway, then you wouldn't necessarily need this. But it does give you some good options there. Another drop-down accessory is going to be a Garmin carrying case. This is something for those of you that do want to take the unit off, or you just want to take it off for the winter, or whatever the case may be. It gives you a protective case that Garmin made for it to keep it secure. You can throw it in a side bag or a top case, something like that. Another option is going to be if you do not want to do the wiring that we showed here, or if you want to use the Garmin on more than one bike, we do have the actual mount from Garmin that we will have pre-terminated the T-harness onto, so everything is ready to go. You don't have to worry about, actually doing that wiring, or you'll have everything you need to transfer it back and forth from one bike to another. So that is an option you can add on as well. As far as installation itself goes, pretty straightforward. You'll see the full installation in the video that I'll splice in at the end of this. It is going to be the installation for one of our CarPlay devices, but the installation is exactly the same, so there really is no difference as far as the rest of it goes. But when it comes to doing this, that will be pre-assembled in the video, you're just going to screw this to the mount with 4 of the screws that we showed. So since there is a little bit of technique to putting this in, I'm going to go ahead and actually do that real quick. So I'll speed the video up so you don't have to watch me do this. Okay, so now that that's screwed on there, there is a little wiggle room to the rubber grommets that are in there, so you can kind of get this a little bit crooked. So go ahead and just put the screws in reasonably snug, and then make sure that you're level with the top of the mount, and then go ahead and tighten them down the rest of the way. So how this is going to work is there is a tab on the top of this mount, and there is a groove in here. So you're going to drop this in, and when you have that tab and groove lined up, this will drop down into the mount, and you have screws right here that will lock it in. So once you've pushed this into place, you'll be able to see the hole through there, line that up, and go ahead and put your screws in. But of course, before that, you're going to want to route your cable through here and come out of the bottom there, so the cable is nice and tucked away and out of the way. So take that, bring that through the bottom here, And then as you're putting this together and you get it in that groove, the wire loves to kind of get off to the side and get in the way. So just make sure that that is free and not getting pinched in there before you tighten this down. So once you're there, you've got most of your wire tucked away, little bit of give so you have your little protective cover still free if you want. And then you'll install those 2 screws there and you'll be ready to go with the rest of the installation. So like I said, I'll tie in a video now that shows our CarPlay, which is the exact same installation. If you have any questions at all, certainly let us know and we'll be happy to help you out with anything you need. Thanks. Hi, I'm Mike with Motorrad Audio, and this video is going to cover the installation of our Apple CarPlay Android Auto device for the R18B and Transcontinental models. We'll have a couple different models of this available, one that's strictly the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and one that has cameras for a DVR function for front and rear. So everything is designed to be plug and play with no modifications to the bike, so it is something that you can reverse. And we'll go ahead and get into a quick unboxing video to kind of show the parts that come with the kits, and then we'll get into the installation. So let's get going. Okay, so first things first, we're going to pull the 6 Torx screws that hold the windshield on. As you take the first one out, you'll notice that there's a multi-piece to this. You have a little cap that sits over top of the actual piece that's on there. So you'll obviously want to keep up with those as you disassemble things. Now that we have the windshield off, you're simply going to remove these 2 Torx screws there, and that's going to be it for disassembly. This panel will pop right off, and we'll get to actually mounting the CarPlay piece. Just pull straight up. And this will unsnap and come right off. Okay, so now we have our panel off. Get really straightforward. We're going to remove this cover that goes over top of the satellite radio antenna. Just 2 Torx right there. Definitely want to throw something down on the bench that you're working on. Make sure you're not scuffing up the vinyl and plastic and things like that as you're doing this. Once that's off, this is simply going to lift up and you'll untuck these little feet out of the vinyl there, so just be careful not to pull it too roughly. So your new kit is going to be pre-done. Drop it right into the hole, flip it over, line up your rear holes. You'll see the vinyl, just kind of push the vinyl over them to where they are poking fully through the holes in the vinyl, so that way when you put a screw in it, it's not going to grab that vinyl and twist it. So take a couple of your Phillips stainless, screw that into the front holes. Get those snug, and then you'll take your bracket, set it right over top of these holes, and run your screws in there. Again, just snug, not super tight. It is screwing into plastic. It certainly can strip out or bust those if you torque on it with a drill or something like that. So we do typically like to do this by hand. Once those are snug, you're mounted and good to go to put it back on the bike. So those of you that do not have a satellite radio cover here, we have a template that will allow you to drill the proper holes for installing the unit. So you'll have a couple of the factory holes in the lower piece of plastic, but not in the outer piece of plastic. You'll see some other drill holes here that we already did in creating this, but you'll take this template, this little tab will be down, there'll be a couple little feet on it that drop right into those holes that are there from the factory. So you'll take this, set it on there, drill an 1/8 inch hole through each of these 3 holes, then remove that and drill another 1/8 inch hole through each of these existing holes. That will give you some pilot holes on the outside for drilling your wire path hole and your mounting holes. So first things first, we'll take the 2 pieces of plastic apart, so when you're drilling these 2 holes you don't mess up these 2 tabs, and then we'll get to drilling those holes. All right, so now that we have these 2 pieces separated, you'll see our 5 holes. So these outer 4 holes, you're gonna drill, excuse me, you'll be drilling out to a 1/2 inch hole. The one that's on the inside, if you are doing the non-camered version, then a 1/2 inch hole will easily take care of the single cable that needs to go through there as well. If you are doing the DVR version with the cameras, there'll be 3 cables that come through here. So you'll need this hole to be 1 step larger. We'll be doing a 9/16 on this one, and that will just give you enough room for those to go in. So on this side of it, there's going to be a number of different ways you can drill this. It's going to depend on your comfort level and what you have available for drill bits. You may want to go ahead and put a little X in it with a razor blade that just barely covers that 1/2 inch section, just to give a little bit of flaps to the vinyl, so there's less chance that when you are drilling it, it tries to snag and pull and tug and that sort of thing. In our particular case, I'm going to be using a step bit that gives multiple different depths, so we'll just be going to the 1/2 inch section for the outers and the 9/16 for that center one. So I'm going to grab a razor blade and then we will get to doing that modification. So put a slight little X in the fabric. And we'll take our drill bit, obviously using that center hole as the start, and then just paying close attention to the vinyl, kind of go slow to make sure it's not going to grab. And you'll have to do this slowly, especially if you have a step bit. You can't really tell how deep you've gone because the vinyl is still there. One more step. All right, so we have our 9/16 inch hole, and we still have the vinyl intact that will be underneath the mount, and the wires will push through there. So we'll do that exact same thing on the 4 holes at a 1/2 inch, and then we'll move on to the regular mounting of the unit shown in the video. All right, so here we have our mount pushed down through those slits in the vinyl and actually pressed down into these holes. And then obviously as you're doing that, you will be feeding your wires through here. Obviously this is a permanent modification to the upper piece. I'm sure if you were to get rid of the bike later and the person didn't want it, you can most likely source just the plastic cap that's used on the satellite radio versions. That would be a really inexpensive way to put a cover over these modifications while maintaining an OEM look without having to buy this entire piece from BMW. So just kind of keep that in your thoughts if you ever were to make any changes. And we'll get on to the rest of the installation. So we have our panel reassembled. Go ahead and take the unit here. Feed the cable through the center. Line up the 4 studs. Push them into place. So we have 2 different lengths of screws here. The shorter 3/4 inch will go in the front factory holes. those in good and snug, but not super tight. And then we have our brace that will notch in over top of the last two holes, which will help to kind of reinforce the bracket to the top panel as well. And that's it. We're all mounted, ready to go back on the bike. Okay, so for wiring for the unit, there's a plug right here that feeds your accessory port. So that is going to be something that turns on and off with the bike. Typically going to have a 1 minute delay when you turn the bike off for the unit to actually turn off. But our plug and play harness that comes with the kit is just going to plug right in line there. So you simply unplug. Here. Plug that one in. Plug this end in, and then try and tuck as much of this down in here as you can on the side of the radio tuner, just to kind of get it as much out of the way as you can. You may need to pull a little bit on to get this box kind of out of the way, to be able to tuck it right down in this nook here, or run it over into this area. This particular model that we're putting in is the CarPlay and Android Auto that have a front and rear camera. So as we're continuing with the installation, you're going to see 3 cables. We'll have an addendum to this video that will include the camera disassembly from our audio package kit that'll cover exactly how to run the front camera and the rear camera. But if you're doing the model without cameras, you're simply going to plug it in and you're going to be done at that stage. So give ourselves a little bit of slack in the cable. Tuck that over here. Grab a wire tie and wrap it around here to hold this box in place. And now we're going to go to putting this on and actually plugging in our plug. So again, with this one, we have 3 cables. It'll be a little hard to show on camera while I do it, but it simply plugs together. Screw the cap down to lock it in. And then as you're doing the reinstallation, the satellite radio antenna here has a very tight gap going around it. So it is something where you have to keep these cables flat and off to the side as you put it back on, to make sure that they are indeed going to clear that hole and not get pinched too bad. So check that out. It's going to be hard for me to show that portion on camera, but if it's not wanting to snap together quite like you want it to, then you realize those camera cables are probably, or the actual CarPlay cable is probably in the way. But once you've snapped this back on, basically you're done. Throw your 2 screws back in here and screw the windshield back on, and then we'll give you a quick demo on how the system actually works on the bike.